My blicky upon the dresser. My blicky. We're telling your followers that you started a live. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. So, yeah. And I'm gonna get my brother. I'm gonna get my brother to join. He sent the request.
My brother, what's going on?
What's good?
Not
What's good?
much,
What's
man.
good? How you
Chilling.
doing?
I'm a young black man doing all that I can to stand.
Okay. So you got on the Malcolm X
Yeah.
glasses, and I
I
fucks with it.
appreciate you,
I just
brother.
want you to
Every
know.
once in a while, you just gotta, change up the silhouette. That's what they say, right? You gotta change the silhouette. You dig?
I
So
feel
that's what
you.
I like to do.
Malcolm X glasses with the Jesus
Man, I'm feeling
locks.
holy today,
My
man.
brother.
I'm feeling holy.
I figured it'd be. I figured it'd be one of us that'll eventually grow our hair
Really?
out and lock it up or something like that. I mean, it's
I
just
never
a
would.
just
No, no
a
way.
numbers thing.
Yo, bro.
Just think about the
Yeah.
just think about the friends we had, right? Just think about the friends we had, and if anybody locked up, like got brave or locked up their hair, it's a numbers thing, bro.
None of them
I
do
mean,
though. None of them do.
I think D
Yeah, okay,
Square got
yeah, he
some.
does.
He
He's
don't
one of the
got he
first ones. He
locked
does.
up. I'm just
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
no
people
doubt, no doubt, no
we
doubt.
came
Yeah,
up
he
with.
did,
So
he
yeah,
did.
yeah.
But us, I never would have thought either of us would have because we really used to get haircut. We was one of those haircut every week type of people. Yeah,
Clean
yeah.
cut, yeah, clean cut, like brothers.
I
I ain't
got
got a
the hood
hickey
on.
right
It's
now,
all
but that's
good because you be
because
showing
I
it
made
off.
that time.
When you right,
I mean,
when you
it's not too
right,
bad.
you be
It's
showing
not
it
too
off
bad.
though.
It's just
You right, you be showing it off.
I mean, I
I
like to
respect it.
represent the
I respect
brand
it.
the right
Yeah,
way.
man. Let the people know what we're doing out here.
Yo. Welcome to the All Done Podcast. I'm Shakes. That's my brother Tracy.
Welcome,
Yeah,
welcome,
welcome.
welcome, welcome.
So yeah, we missed last week once again. We
But
gonna do
we
better.
getting
I
that
promise
together.
we gonna do better. Well, we getting it together. But yeah, listen, we still post to our all the audio, all the streaming platforms. So if you miss us on live or we don't come on live, you're still gonna get a new episode on the streaming platforms. And feel free to hit us up with topics and hey, if you want to join
I think you can
one time, that's
request though.
fine.
I
Let
think
us
you can
know
request,
because we
like
gonna
even
be
during
here.
this conversation, if you feel spirited, if you feel it in your heart to want to jump on and come talk to
Okay,
the All Done podcast, then go ahead and pop on. We'll
that's a
put you on
fact.
real quick.
If you're not busy requesting to join, that's one of the hosts of the We Ain't Done podcast, and yo, they got a fire product. That's a fact, bro. If you just in a podcast listening mood and you check us out and you run through our stuff, check out the We Ain't Done
No
podcast,
doubt. We're
man. I promise you,
gonna
they're
get
gonna
on
give
there
you a
soon
show.
too. We're gonna be on
They,
there
they,
soon.
they, they
We're gonna be on there soon.
yeah, we're gonna
Summer
link
coming.
soon. We're gonna link soon. They live. Summer coming. Yeah, that's a fact. They live. They be fire. They be fire. I gotta catch up on some episodes. They be double teaming my guy Mar, I think his name is, and they gotta chill on that. So Mar, I got your back except for you said something one time, and I really wasn't
What's up?
feeling it.
What's
But
up?
we'll get to that. We'll get to that because he said something about we say weird stuff here in Mississippi and we don't. So, but yeah, we
That
gonna
might be a
chop it
little
up. It's all
accurate, but
love
go
for
ahead,
them.
brother. I'm like,
Nah,
man,
nah, that's actually honestly, it was more so a New York thing what he was talking about when he be like they be calling dudes daddy and stuff. Yeah, that I mean, I heard that more so in New York than anything, and then I did here in Mississippi. So I don't call no other
get on
brothers
with the
daddy
topic,
unless it's
brother.
my father. Get on with the topic. Get on with the topic. So what we talking about? Let's we did what we
Yeah,
missed.
I don't
What
know.
we
It's
missed
a
before
lot
we get
going
into
on,
our
man.
our, our
I
topic.
couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you what's going on. Well, it's just so much stuff in the world right now that's just crazy, hilarious, destructive. It's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Go
So I'm gonna
ahead, man.
start off
Tell
with
us
my
about
local
Jackson, the
stuff.
black place. We want to know about the black stuff in the black place.
Yeah, we've been fighting over, who's
No
gonna pick
doubt.
up our trash and stuff like that. Even Saturday, I had to take my personal trash to the dump site or whatever. Let them take my trash so it won't pile up in my house. But we just finished the deal, an emergency contract with the trash collectors. Or Rich Trash Collectors. So we back on track with that. As far as water go,
They
I
told
still don't trust it, but I guess
they
it's
told you it was
not a
legal?
big deal. They put some money. I mean, I
But
don't listen
did
to
they
them. So
tell
they
you
might
it
have said
was
it was
clean?
clean. At least we're getting water pressure. I got water filters and
Yeah.
water bottles and stuff like that. So I mean, most adults
Shout
don't drink
out
water
to
out the
water
source
pressure,
anymore
brother.
anyway.
Shout out to
Everybody
water
bottled
pressure.
water. Shout out to water pressure. What you got going on where you
Yo,
live?
man,
We never talk about where you
listen.
live and
I
what
live
you
in a
got going
bubble.
on.
We don't got to talk about that. I don't live in a.
You
I
you're a black man
I
in a real
mean,
white
and
place, and I'm just trying to
it's
see what you got
exactly.
going
I
on.
think for those of you who know me and have followed this podcast, it's exactly what you would expect, and we could really leave it at that. Maybe you know down the road we could talk about the outtakes of a black man living in a predominantly white area and kind of what that looks like. Because you've had that. Oh, maybe you haven't. You've never had that experience, have you? Of living
But
in a predominantly white area.
what? Nah, growing up, we live in a predominantly Latino area. Living in Jackson and surrounding areas,
Oh,
we
so
we, we
you've
live
never
in
lived this
predominantly.
life.
I
Okay,
mean,
yeah, let's
predominantly black.
yeah.
I've never been the
No,
only
we'll
colored
put a
brother
pin in that one. We'll
in
put a
that
pin in that one
situation.
because there's some
And
things.
I mean, I've been to I've been to
Yeah, but
UC and
that's
seen the
not.
vibes.
Yeah, I'm
I've
about
been
to
up
say it's
there,
not the
but I
same.
ain't lived
It's not the
there.
same.
I ain't lived there. I might have driven through a neighborhood
Listen,
or two,
man,
but it
Klan
is what it is.
flags and you got
Um,
depictions of Trump on flags. It's a different life sometimes.
See, but that's normal here. Like we see
Yeah,
them
but it's
doing.
not in
You
your. It's
came here
not in
before.
your
We was in a
neighborhood, number one, and
cowboy,
we're.
bro. We was in an electric cowboy, and it
But
was a giant
that's not the
Confederate
point.
flag.
The
Then you was
point
like,
is you have an escape because there are other brothers and sisters in a close enough circumference where it's like if I want to hang out with some brothers and sisters, I can find some pretty easily.
absolutely, absolutely. It's crazy because some dude we went to
That's
high
yeah,
school
he
ran
did, and I
he was
mean that was
right.
part of the
He's
Latino
crazy.
situation. But I mean to slightly answer your question, where I'm at right now, we got a lot of Asian folks, and I'm getting to know Asian culture and chopping it up with some of my Asian brothers and sisters. So yeah, they love
How
me,
do they
man.
accept you? How do they embrace you?
You can always tell which ones really are gonna.
Do they love you like a
I
genuine love for you,
don't
or
know
do
if
they
they
love you like let me
genuinely
cut
love
your
me,
hair?
but I think it's a respect and an admiration there. You can always tell which ones are gonna be cool. You got the Asians. Nah, they
Because you're
wear
bigger than everybody,
Jordans,
right?
and then when they see me, it's like they throw the little black
Okay,
scent thing
culture.
on, and it's like, oh, I love your hair, right? They got
I see. I
they
just
got a
say,
little
yo, can I
thing
touch
to
your
them.
hair?
It's
Like, yo,
cool. I
yeah.
played a little game with them because again, I live in a place. Why
Why do you play
do
the
I?
game with
How
them?
do I?
Because why do you like? So from the Tracy I know, like you a no nonsense
That's
brother.
true.
Like, nah, I ain't with it. So what makes you
Because
play the
I'm
game with
here
them?
for a good time, not a long time. For me, I know my purpose in the situation in my current life that I'm trying to get done. And I mean, I've talked to
Mm-hmm.
you, so you know what I'm out here to do. So it it ain't really
I,
it ain't
I
really
already know
about
what you're
making
out here to do.
friends or finding a home for the rest of my life, right? Like I'm here for a purpose, and I understand that. And so there's no need for me to take you, Asian person or other person who isn't black, coming at me in a way that maybe I might find disrespectful and check in a normal setting. It's not necessary at this juncture because like I said, I'm here for a purpose. But talk to the people about our topic, my guy. Or
So,
a topic. It's so much. It's so
oh,
much.
we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that because we gonna get to that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are we at a point in our life where we kind of ignore the
Absolutely. And
disrespect,
I don't want
or
you to ever think that that's what I'm talking
oh,
about. I'm talking about, I think I would say we might be at a point in our life where we're more strategic. Like every person like, for instance, a couple months ago, I was on my little hustle. You know me. I'm always trying to put a play together, get a bag.
get
So I'm doing a
right?
little Uber thing for a couple days. And it's like, yeah, some people, when you see, I don't know, when they see my hair, it's like, yeah, like they go crazy. Like it's really crazy.
Carnival.
So I had this couple, non-black people in my back seat, and they were infatuated. Like I could braid it. Let me try to braid it. I'll give you $50 if you let me try. I'm like, I'm not. This is not the plantation. You don't own me. You're not about to pay me to play in my hair. And so, in that moment, could I have been like,
That's your
Get the fuck
crown.
out my car. This is over. I could have, but you know what? I took them where they had to go. I got a good tip. That was it. Like I think at a certain
Yeah.
yeah, and at a
They
certain
want to play with your crown.
obviously I'm not one of them people who's like gonna let them do that. Because I know a lot of my brothers and sisters out here, you don't gotta go that far. You can go as far as being like, hey, I'm cool, y'all cool. I know it's nice. Look, I've been growing up for this long, yada yada yada. We could play the game, but you don't let nobody disrespect you and play in your hair, because that's foul. It's violation. Yeah, it's a
That's your
violation.
crown. Like you said, that's your crown. You see what happened with Samson when he let somebody play with his
Who?
hair? What was it Delilah?
Oh my God.
Samson
You
in the
gotta take
Bible?
it.
And I
Sure.
think it was Delilah. She played with his hair, she cut his hair, that was
Again,
his strength. So that's
yeah,
your crown.
I'm
You
not
don't
gonna
let
let nobody
nobody
play
play
in my
with your
hair,
hair.
but in that same breath, do I gotta curse them out? Could I curse them out? Sure. Do I have to curse them out? No, because I don't feel like I
No.
need to address every ignorant person, especially in the area that I currently live in, who people, might not be as enlightened or progressive as the people I'm used to, or people I strive to be around. So it is what it is.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I asked that question about the whole respect thing. I'm in the current situation now, and it's just, how much do I take with the whole disrespect thing? But that's a conversation for another day. That's really family business, but we'll get into that. But all right, so the first thing we kind of touched on today, or we talked about today, or we linked up about today, was the teacher, the substitute teacher in class, and well, we actually spoke about two substitute teachers, but I want to talk about one in particular where she
Yeah, it
probably
looked like a
confiscated the young woman's
routine
phone or
situation. So
whatever.
I want to make that clear. A lot of people are like, well, nah, the sub was bugging. Like, yo, I got so much stuff taken away from me in high school, middle school, elementary. They used to take stuff for no reason, stuff that I wasn't even acting a fool with. Like, so you taking a eraser for what? Like,
Mm-hmm.
take it. That's fine.
So let's say the teacher was wrong for taking it.
I wouldn't want to say.
My
You
issue
got to explain the
becomes,
situation.
well, and we got to. All right, so the situation is it was a young lady in class, or where the video started. The teacher probably
And this is a
confiscated her
substitute
phone
teacher,
for whatever
correct?
reason.
I thought. Okay, cool. Yeah. Go
This
ahead.
was a substitute teacher, and so the video starts with the young lady behind the teacher's desk screaming, "Give me my phone! You took my phone! You didn't take nobody else's! This, that, and the third." And she swung at the
Somebody
teacher.
said, well, hold up, because I
And
heard, and in the video I seen, I couldn't really tell, but somebody said the teacher hit her first. Like,
the teacher, we'll get to that. So whatever you may think of, the teacher may have hit her first, but she swung at the teacher, and the teacher proceeded to
lay hands on her.
um, lay hands on her. Right? Lay hands on her. She pushed the girl down. She swung at the girl. She hit her upside the head. Then she held her down and started saying, "Call the
No
effing
doubt.
teacher.
No
Call the
doubt.
effing teacher. Call somebody else." At the time, so let's get into it. What's your thoughts on it? Like, or what have you
I
heard?
would, I would tell you, to be
What's your thought?
honest, sometimes these kids need that ass whooped. I'm gonna just go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there, man, because it's a different world,
Okay.
and I'm not saying people need to be beaten, and I'll never advocate beating a child, but sometimes you need to understand that you are a child. Like, I think kids of this generation,
Mm-hmm.
of this ilk, and they're not too far removed. So this is not some 50, 60-year-old individual telling you this. I'm only 34 years old. So a kid 2 generations behind me, right? We're talking 2 decades, right? 24, 14. Only 2 generations for me being in middle school, high school. So it's kind of like, you need to have some reverence and some respect for authority. Not because that's your punk or you just need to, but because, especially in this hue of skin, it might save you to show some humility or humbleness if you ever find yourself in a situation where your life is threatened. So this is not just on no like, oh, you need to listen to me, young mother effer. No, this is about, yo, you need to find a place where you can respect authority and feel respected. I would feel different if I seen something in that video where the teacher was like, you a stupid little bitch, don't come around here, you're not getting your phone, shut up. But it wasn't on no energy like that. It was,
Take it from me.
yeah.
It was just like, no, back up. And the teacher had the phone up, trying to call someone clearly. So she had the school phone up. First question we had was, why was she dressed
Teacher had the
inappropriately?
black dress on, right? Her cheeks was out a little bit once the scuffle started.
Yeah, but her cheeks was out because
Yeah,
she was fighting.
I
Her cheeks
don't know
wasn't
how
out when she
inappropriate
started
that dress
fighting.
was. I think
Yeah, so
for our people, especially our women, they come a little, they come a little deluxe. Yeah, they come
shaky.
shapy. So if they
They're
come shapy, it's like, yo, bro, anything they put on is gonna be. They tried to do that to that sister Demetria Obalor, I believe that's her name, from the weather girl from the news channel a couple years back, light skinned sister. She
Mhm. They tried to do it to another
yeah.
teacher. She had on like a pencil skirt or something.
Everybody
She
wears it. You
just
got
shapy.
multiple teachers that wear these type of things, but the
You just
sisters
look
fill it
different
out.
in them.
So it is what it is.
My high school teacher, Miss Burke, wore a dress just like that, but she was just a really slim
And it was
Caucasian lady, so it didn't fit
nobody
her the
was like,
same.
yo, you can't wear that, you can't do this, you can't wear that, right? Like you gotta show some respect.
She was slimmer. She wasn't as hippie. Um, let me see what other comments is before I get into my thoughts. The girl swung mad hard and
The
missed. That's
the
how I
child,
seen it.
the child did.
She
What
swung
I'm
and
saying,
missed.
she
Yeah,
the child. She
the
was
child swung hard and missed. It. She wasn't. She wasn't. See, let me see. Let me. I seen this post. Somebody posted today, and this was one of my favorite quotes. Stupid
100%
games win stupid
every time.
prizes. So she not hit the teacher. She was reaching for her phone. I
No, it was
definitely
a
feel she
swing, bro.
swung.
Don't see that's a false narrative. Don't do that. Don't try to act like she was that. I've never reached for nothing that aggressive in my life. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, not towards somebody's head. But then another comment was then the sub shoved her and said, "Don't touch me." Yeah, you don't have to allow people
Now I will
to
say
cross
this
your
though:
bubble, in my
is
opinion.
there a dynamic,
Like,
and you can answer this? Is there a dynamic where, as an adult, you gotta let a child be a child to a certain degree? Like, if my son, I've had young men come to me on some violence, but it's like you're not really a threat. So, I don't know how threatened the teacher felt, right? Because we see cops use that narrative all the time. Fear for my life.
and, and I won't say, but we can't. One thing my father always said: you can't tell me how I'm going to react. Like, you can say how you may react, but if you step on my foot, my reaction might not be to step on your foot back. My reaction might be to punch you in the face. But we can't. So you can't. Can we say, oh well, that might have been a
Yeah, the
little over the
opposite, the
top?
equal
Very
reaction, right?
possible.
Every action deserves the opposite, the equal reaction, right? Equal, right? It's got to be equal.
No. So yeah. So you can't. You can't. So we know she came in her bubble. I have a bubble
So tell
that
me,
where I start to
so,
feel
so, so
threatened.
should she have
So
you should have popped on her or no?
right.
Yeah.
Should the teacher have popped on her? Once you swing, I fear for my life. If somebody else can use it, I can use it.
Come on, no.
Once you swing, but even with that, no. So let's say
Somebody said,
this.
okay,
Like she said,
Draymond.
she shoved her.
That's funny.
She
Yeah.
said she shoved her, right? She said she shoved her, but that was getting her out of her bubble.
That
I
is
can get
funny.
you out of my
It's
personal
like grab
space.
Draymond's
I'm
foot
allowed
and
that
stomp you
much.
in your chest. It gotta equal. It gotta be
No,
equal.
see, was
It gotta be.
he was trying
Listen,
to recover. What's the first thing you wait? What's the first
listen,
thing you do when you're stepping and you
listen
miss a step? You
to
stomp
me.
hard real
We
quick,
can get
right?
into the Draymond thing, and I think that was on the list of things on the topic. I don't want to go too deep into the sports, but there's no way you can look me in my eye and tell me that was his genuine reaction. You feel that way? That was his genuine body's reaction. I'm gonna just okay.
This is not what the
You're
topic's
telling me that
about.
it's a general natural reaction. If someone grabs you and you're trying to get loose, you stomp them in their stomach and chest.
All right, so on this, somebody said, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about these school districts allowing these kids to be on their phone in class.
Is that happening?
I think that's part
Is
of the
that
issue. I
happening?
think
Who said that?
I don't know.
Oh, he
Sir
would
Drum
know.
said that.
He would know.
I don't know. Yo,
He would
Drum.
know.
Yeah, he would know. So
He
are they
would
actually allowing
know.
kids to be on their phone in class? I just thought it was one of those things where she was on her phone and
Yeah, I
she
would
caught
hope
her on
not.
her phone. That's why she confiscated it. But that could have been a young queen's what's the fuck?
I don't know.
What word was
Gripe
I looking
sounds
for? I
right.
just lost it.
No doubt.
I think I was saying gripe. That could be the young lady's gripe like that. Oh well, everybody
That's
on their
not a
phone. Look
gripe.
who
That's
took
not
mine.
gripe worthy though,
So
because everybody's a murderer, and you happen to be the murderer that gets caught. Murder is murder, right? Don't. That's a nonsense narrative.
exactly. You know, we grew up in Brentwood where they raced on DPA. They didn't
Exactly.
catch all the
Or
drivers, but
you
they
could
caught
get
one or
beat
two.
up walking down Stein Drive.
But
They didn't catch all them Latinos that was mobbing, but they caught some of them. I
wait,
don't
in
know.
this scenario, am I Draymond?
I'm just saying. I think that person was referring to your mentality
I
as
gotta think
Draymond
about that.
mentality. It's like, nah, they grabbed my foot so I could stomp him in the chest. It's kind of like Brother Ralph, and I don't want to segue, but it's like, oh, ring your doorbell accidentally, and I'm gonna shoot you in the head. Nah, I don't. It don't equivalent.
That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing at all. And so she said that the sub hit her first because she shoved. A shove is a hit. A shove is not a hit. A shove is not a hit. If I shove you and I punch you in the face,
I'm
are
gonna
those the
punch you
same
in the
thing?
face. We was always taught. Now we come from the same cloth. We don't fire last. We're not gonna be the last one to pop off. So if somebody comes to your face, it's less talking. Now, obviously, the power dynamic in this relationship that we're discussing is different. But the mentality, if we want to talk about just pure instincts and how you was raised, we were raised to get off first. I wasn't raised to be like, oh, let me just wait and see what you're gonna do. Like, no, if you're in my personal space, I got to get off first. Now we're not even talking like this person's in my personal space. They put their hands on me. That's a physical attack.
Okay, so here's the question. So someone shoved someone sub you, y'all gonna swing? That's why the girl swung on the teacher. But the girl was attacking her personal space first.
No, wait. I want to.
That's what you gotta understand.
Because I don't want to sound like a Neanderthal here. Like I'm not a caveman. I wouldn't have gone the route that the teacher went. I'm not condoning that, and I'm not saying that that's the route I would have went because I wouldn't have went that route. I feel like she could have. There's several other maneuvers she could have done instead of that. But
do you think she's training those maneuvers?
New York don't pay their teachers shit, so I would imagine.
Do you think teachers are? How many teachers you know? We went to Brentwood in West Middle is trained to restrain you. Mano and Gagler. They were wrestling coaches. They were wrestling coaches. Of course, they know how to do it. The average teacher, Miss Patinky wasn't trained to.
In our era, who in our era was popping on teachers? We weren't on that type of time.
That's a fact, and somebody brought up a valid point. Like back when we was in school, we wouldn't let nobody pop on the teacher. Whether it's nah, you're wrong, chill out, or nah, you don't want to get expelled from school. We wouldn't let nobody pop on no teacher. Like, and that's what's crazy. But to the teacher, I didn't give her name or the student's name because it's fire. I think she was fired, but I'm gonna tell you what your case is, teacher. I used allowable force.
No, she did.
And what that means is the force necessary to stop the threat. The threat was this student trying to punch me in my face, and I used the force necessary to stop the threat. Because like I said, somebody shoved me. If somebody shoved me in my swinging, not all the time. But I have to look at from I look at it from a different view. So I'm not a substitute teacher, so I can't put. As a security guard, I've been in situations where dealing with people like, bro, chill out. The dynamic of the relationship is different. Are you telling me that this girl, and she was, let's be clear, she was smaller than the sub. It's not like this woman was towering. You know what I'm saying? This is not some towering over women's basketball phenom that was in your face. This is a small little girl. Could you needed some force to restrain her? Sure. Did you need to like put her down? You got your ass out. You whooping her at? Like it didn't have to. Did it have to go that far? She got crazy. But once again, you don't know what someone's background is. You don't know what they've been through. Maybe she's abused a lot. You never know.
That's all of a more reason for you to I think your case. Then you don't need to be around kids, which that's a deeper conversation we can have.
I was about to say, I think we have to do a better job vetting these people that substitute teachers. Because I think she was hired through Kelly Services or something like that. They hired people to work at the plant. So I think that's the overall issue. We got to do a better job of vetting. Do I think the teacher was wrong? I think she was a little excessive, but I don't think she was wrong. She was
defending yourself against a child. That's like I think for
She swung
me,
at me.
I can really relate because I have a little brother. I don't know if he's still in here, but I have a little brother. And you've been around. There's plenty of times where he's tested me and tried to pull knives. And come on, we from a certain neighborhood, right? He's gotten angry. My little brother's a little crazy. Right? He's got a little crazy.
He's got crazy. Hope he got crazy.
Now,
Hope he got crazy. That's my guy, though. So,
that's my guy too, which is why I choose not to beat him into the ground if he.
But she wasn't her guy. She wasn't her girl. She was.
My point in saying that is
I'm here
there's
to
a
get a
power
check.
dynamic in these relationships. My brother and me, there's a power dynamic. He's 5 years younger than me. He's light skinned, much skinnier. Could I have like pummeled him because he threatened, quote unquote, threatened my life? Sure, I could have, but what are we really talking about
here? Yeah. No, yeah. I get it. Like I said, I'm not condemning the teacher.
All right, well, I got you.
That's just
that's
my
not as we are at polar opposites here. Because, man, you should never be in a classroom ever again. You put your hand on because God forbid. Now I don't know what it's like where cats are from the All Done Podcast family, but where I'm from, where I grew up, if a teacher in elementary school, middle school, high school put their hands on me, Della May was coming down to put their hands on them.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. But on the same token, hear me out. On the same token, you would never.
I would never
swing at a teacher. You would never be behind the teacher's desk in the teacher's face.
If a teacher ever put their hands on me and Della found that out, it was gonna go bad because she knew the type of kid she raised. And that's
absolutely. So I don't.
Kids today, there's no respect. You see a teacher and you see, fuck that. That's like a peer. That's not your peer. Y'all are not on the same level.
No, that's just there's certain level of respect and decorum that comes with that.
I don't feel like there is anymore, but
yeah,
the teacher situation is an interesting one, and a lot of people are choosing sides. To me, it's a clear. The kid's got to act like a kid, and yeah, the teacher has to assume responsibility because in that instance, she's in an authoritative position.
I went to a Catholic school, so teachers were allowed to discipline the students. I don't know how true
that is even anymore. I think even the Catholic system has taken some restraint on how they used to.
Corporal punishment.
I heard that
they want to give teachers guns.
In Texas a couple years ago, they was trying to give teachers guns.
Yeah.
I know. I believe we talked about that.
I don't know. There got to be a certain level. There definitely has to be extreme vetting and extreme training to give a teacher.
You want a teacher to have a gun? Yeah, no, me neither.
No.
Yeah,
I don't want.
I wouldn't want a teacher to have a gun. I don't. I think if you're, it's not.
Because I don't know what kind of
training. If your society is working the way it's supposed to, your teachers don't need guns. All right. Well, then
we already know it's not.
Let's address that. We shouldn't have to give the society so messed up that we got to give your teacher a gun. That should not. Right. That.
She was wrong point blank. Yes, the girl got in her personal space, but didn't hit the sub. Sub started the fight by shoving one. All the girl was trying to do is get her phone. If she wanted her out of her face, she should have given her the phone and told her to get out.
These are comments, my guys.
Yeah, I'm reading these comments. Let security handle it. I can. That's what I was thinking. Like, give her the phone.
I said that too. There was
out,
probably a million other things she could have done.
Yeah. There's definitely a bunch of things she could have done. But once again, stupid games.
Yeah, because that little girl didn't know how that woke up that morning. That's just looking at a bad day.
Yeah, you don't know what she got going on. You don't know what's going on in her personal life. So maybe she came looking for violence to begin with, but you don't know that, and you came and swung at her. That's a terrible. Yeah. So no. She's wrong. Only reason she's wrong because she's the adult.
You know what I'm thinking about.
Oh yeah. I've been saying I was gonna watch that, but the only reason she's wrong because she's the adult. Yeah, no, don't come in my person. Once you're of a certain age, I have twins, right? My bonus kids, and you know they're no. Listen, they real, but they're young. But even now, I teach them as they come up. Hey, no, personal space. You don't have to be right up on me to talk to me. personal space. I have a bubble. So once again, that comes to home training and everything
All right,
like that.
what else is
So
going on, man? I mean, the teacher thing,
yeah.
that's
Did you want to touch
I
touch on the other sub
mean, that's
that was touching
becoming a
on
concurrent
stuff too?
story. I don't know if that was one that we chopped it up about or I wanted to talk about, but it
Extensively
happens a
not.
lot.
But
And
yeah,
it seems to continue to be the same color of people that continue to kind of get into these situations where they're messing.
yeah.
For those of you, right, who are listening to the All Done podcast, we're talking about another young lady was found,
Two teachers.
diddling her student in a sexual manner. And so,
Yeah. And
nah,
that's not a new thing either, by the way. The Ketty, I'm talking about you, bro. I didn't forget. I didn't
you're a
forget.
madman. In any event, yeah.
I didn't forget. No, the reason it pisses me off, I'm gonna tell you why it pisses me off with him. Because I remember being in class, and it's when R. Kelly first got in trouble, and he went so hard on R. Kelly, and he knows that girl was young, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, boom, he's on our feed. So, I'm talking to you. Only thing, wait, no, in his defense, she was 18, but she was still a
She
student.
was a grown up at the time. I don't know why you had to put that man's name out there like that.
All right, we'll delete that part out on the
For
line.
those of you who don't know, since he said the name, we went to high school with a teacher that ended up falling in love with one of his students. And like he lost his job. I heard he ended up working at Target. It was like a crazy situation. But he ended up having a baby. I think they ended up getting married. They were together.
Did they?
They were together.
I didn't hear all that. I remember the guy who was the girl's boyfriend at the time at a party, whatever. I'm not going to say his name out of respect for that brother. But I remember him being at the party and he was crying like, why, blah, 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 blah. He was hurt. He was hurt. I don't remember the girl name, to be honest with you. I don't remember none of that, but I remember the teacher name.
I 100% remember her name. Like I said, I'm not going to say those things, but I think that is becoming definitely more commonplace. I think
shout out they got married
had
though.
A kid, man. I think they like ended up at that point. Obviously, it's been years now, so I don't know what the situation is. But I think they ended up building a life together. So here you have a teacher who was, I think he taught social.
Yeah, one of the histories, maybe U.S. history.
Yeah, no.
Drum, you know what we talking about, Drum. Drum know what we talking about. Oh, they divorced. Oh, I hate that.
No, they're divorced. In any event, they got married. So this man who was in his 30s, I would say, right? He's in his late 20s, early 30s. He ended up falling in love with a student of his. They ended up doing nasty things while she was like in high school. And like, I remember people going into Target.
You remember?
Like, I just see homeboy. He's the manager at Target now. And like people clowning him, and she was still coming to school. So it was one of those situations where I think we never had the technology to kind of expose some of that. But I think, now.
We just get MySpace at the time popping. Facebook was just kind of getting on.
Because you're getting exposed. A lot of these people, a lot of these subs and teachers, you can't be going in here trying to hump on these kids. You just can't do it the way you maybe used to do it.
You shouldn't. Drum, do you know if he got his teaching license back or that's pretty much. All right, so anyway, moving on. Let's get into what we really came here to talk about. For those who haven't seen it, artist Chance the Rapper was in Jamaica, I want to say, for Carnival. And a young lady was backing it up on him. And he's a
dub for those of you who speak this lingo.
No, we ain't gonna call it that. We're gonna say because some don't speak the lingo. So she was dancing on him, and he danced, and he might have.
People know what a dub is, bro. That's come on, they know what a dub.
She would get. We gotta get to that, bro. But like, listen, yeah. So he might have, he might have slapped her on the tush a little bit while they were dancing.
Yeah, the whole lean. And
the
whole lean.
They
know it was a dub. The way he was leaning.
Yeah, he was doing a big boogie lean. He was leaning back. Somebody opened him up. He was, he slapped her on the butt a little bit while they were dancing. And people are, oh well, he's married. He shouldn't be acting like
That's
that.
What people are saying. What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts?
Oh Lord.
I'll tell y'all a story. My door's closed. Let me make sure. When me and my lady first started talking, first started courting each other and dating or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
we went to a club together, and
You was
I
in
was
it?
really innocent in the situation.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always innocent. And I remember walking through, like I walked this, because I had worked at the club too at the
No
time. I was
doubt.
a security guard, but I was off that night. So I walked and talked to the host of the club, and I walked and talked to the host of the club, and the DJs or whatever. And I was walking back to where my people were sitting. Sheen was down here at the time. Shout out to Sheen. And a young lady started dancing on me, and I put my hands up,
You
like,
put your
"Hey,
hands up,
I ain't got nothing to do with this." You feel me?
but you
Yeah, I put my
was
hands
moving
up, and
like
I was
that.
like, "I ain't got
You
nothing to
put
do
your
with
hands up. You
this."
was moving like that.
Like I'm trying. No, I was trying to get by. That was me trying to get by, but staying on
Okay.
rhythm with the music. But and later we had a conversation and was like, well, pretty much that was inappropriate. And but to me, it's like, yo, that's how we went to parties. We went to
Had
parties.
girlfriends. Who
In
had
the
girlfriends when
basement.
you went to parties
Shorty.
though?
I mean, I'm sure somebody did, and I'm sure some of them shorties had
Nah, no.
boyfriends.
We was
Like
in high. We was in high
either
school
way,
and everything was up.
I've learned
So
from.
don't get that. Don't do that. We was in high school and everything was up.
Imagine seeing your partner thrust their rear end onto a man's erogenous zone. Be
That's a
serious.
comment, my
I mean,
man Red. That's a comment
you
from
know,
the ADP family.
that is a comment. That's a comment. Imagine seeing your partner
So
thrust
you
their
cool
rear
with it?
end onto
Go
a
ahead, man.
man's
Don't
erogenous
beating around the
zone.
bush. You cool with it or you not cool with it?
No,
Yes.
we're not
No.
talking about am I cool with it right now. We talking about Chance. I
Okay.
thought we was talking about
Let's
Chance
talk
the
about him.
rapper.
He's married. It's a married man we're talking about.
So he's married. So was that inappropriate for him to do that?
Go
Which
ahead.
my thoughts is this. I'm gonna think. Well, first of all, I don't know if you
Well,
heard the
it is
Breakfast
funny.
Club's
Go ahead.
response to that. You know, somebody said it was culturally.
It's
What do you say?
Carnival. That's how those people.
The
That's how
culture.
those. That's how those people communicate.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Uh, yeah, like he said, it's culturally wrong for
Mm.
him not to slap her ass, which that was pretty funny. I feel like I agree with someone else said, "Yo, you never know his situation with his wife." So they might be like cool, like yo, I know you're going to Carnival, have fun, just don't
Got it.
sleep
Got
with
it.
nobody.
So you
So I
being
don't know
right
what their
quick. Is it
situation was.
cool for a married man to be on the lean back with the casual slapping of cheeks at Carnival? Are you okay with that as a man or your woman?
Would
Okay.
I
Are
do it
you
as a
cool with
married
your
man?
wife
Absolutely
doing it
not.
then? Your wife is
No, I wouldn't do that. No, no, no. I'm being real, like just all jokes aside. No, it's not okay.
okay.
I'm also not an entertainer. Um, I'm not a public figure yet. Nothing like that. So for me to do it, go to Carnival, or my lady to do it, go to Carnival and do all that. Now we can go have fun
Mm-hmm.
together and dance together. That's fine. But it's only cool when men play. I'm gonna come back to that comment in a minute, and we're gonna talk about that because yeah, I feel the way about women saying stuff like that. But yeah, no, nah. He was in our eyes and our standard, he was wrong.
Don't say
Like I
art.
said,
Please
I
don't
don't
speak
know
to me, brother. I have
the
not spoken the topic yet. Don't speak to me, brother. Don't you speak to me,
I don't
brother.
know how I don't know the understanding and the acceptance
Sure.
with him and his wife. His wife might think it's perfectly fine, like because she might have been giving somebody else a dub 2 feet away. We don't know that,
Right.
but you know, which just to the business. They
They
might be
could be
swingers
the
because we don't know
nasty.
their
You
situation.
are
See,
right,
that's
and
the
that's
problem.
that's
We be
important.
just we don't know their situation and we be judging. I'm not judging the man. I'm just saying
Yeah,
me and my
it's
lady,
not
we not
about
giving it
Chance the
up like
Rapper and
that.
his lady, although they are the vehicle in which we are using to have this conversation, as we do with many people on the ADP. So it's not about Chance the Rapper. It's about married people, people in a relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, choosing to throw ass back on the opposite sex when you know you have a significant other. Is that okay? You said no, right? I'm gonna.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, no,
Okay,
no, no. I said it's
okay,
not for
good.
me and my significant other.
I respect it.
I'm not going to say whether it's right or wrong for everybody because,
I respect it.
everybody's
I
situation is
will
different.
say that it is important to understand different cultures. And so I've heard people make the
Mm-hmm.
cultural argument. And if you see the way the women dress at Carnival, right? This yeah, man, it's that type of energy. So I feel like if you're gonna go to that type of energy, I don't think I'm not here. And this is something I want to say because I think this is a principle that I stand on. I don't expect anyone to do anything. So if someone asks me like, yo, is that cool for your wife to do? I wouldn't have to answer that because the person that's going to be my wife, we don't have to have that conversation because you already know. You're not going to be on nobody's camera, throw that ass back, and then come back and claim me on the internet talking about that's my boo. That's just not what we're going to do. And not because I've seen this flip side is some females are like, that's misogynist. If I want to throw this ass back, I should be able to throw this ass back on who I want to throw it back on. And that's, that's my empowerment as a woman. I've seen that. I've seen that in regards to this clip. Is that what I'm on? No. Do I support those sisters? I absolutely do. But don't be mad in turn when a brother like myself or my good friend here is like, then you're not going to be my wife. Right? Because everyone has choices. And if you make choices, live with the consequences of those choices.
Stupid games win stupid prizes.
And again, I'm going to support you. I'll hold you up on the other side. I'll put your leg up on them. But we're not going to go back to the hotel and have champagne and be cool. And that's not, it's no disrespect to you. I want you to live your life, shorty. I want you to love and let love. If you want your ass slapped by Chance the Rapper, you need to have that. That's what your spirit told you to do. Then that's what your spirit told you to do. I support you in doing that.
It'll make you feel weird, that type of dancing. Like I said, I'm reading these comments. Men who be furious and that the women dance on another man and got their ass slapped.
See,
be for real, for real.
I said, ain't no furious. It's gonna be a simple discussion, a very simple discussion. Oh,
yeah, highly inappropriate and aspect. So here's the thing. So now here's gonna be my question to our viewers, our listeners. So, do you think we should go to Carnival together? If that's the vibe, that's the energy, or do you think I should go? Like, hey, babe, I'm thinking about going to Carnival. Like, yeah, go
what does turn up mean? Again, these are
that what I'm saying. So that becomes a question. Like,
you already know what that means. That means you can go drink, chill with your girls. There's plenty of women's laps that you could dance in that wouldn't disrespect our relationship. And if you don't understand that, I don't have to. At 34, I'm learning. I don't have time to explain it to you. Maybe at 24, I maybe had time to be like, hey, you shouldn't have your ass bent over, but you want to claim me. Like,
at our big age of where we at, that's not our vibe.
I think it's
like,
important
we need to go somewhere, somewhere with
because I think Drum said it earlier. That's between him and his wife. You're right. So maybe Chance's wife already has the understanding. Like, listen, sometimes chicks, they're gonna clap some ass on him, and that's just what that is. And if that's
he is
understanding, that's fine. But you better have that understanding and understand
like
go do things.
And that's what I've been saying. That's my point. Like, yo, I don't know their understanding. Like, example, I don't want to say the wrong thing.
But
I DJ. No, I DJ. She always can hear me. That's my bad. I love her. But I DJ, and while you're DJing certain events, certain parties, different people come around a DJ booth. Now,
they come around.
What? For different reasons, people want the DJ to take a shot. People want, song requests or whatever. But that's just part of, playing music.
So Chance can go back and tell his wife, "Listen, I'm Chance the Rapper. That's just part of being Chance the Rapper."
Yeah, I don't know what him and his wife got going on. As long as I don't react, long as I don't react certain ways, we're good money. But nobody's gonna come request me to play a certain song, right? and
she.
I know what disrespect is, and I'm very listen.
Y'all have a together understanding about what disrespect to your relationship looks like. Y'all have that understanding, right? There you go.
Absolutely, but yeah. So I won't do anything disrespectful to my relationship. And
stop playing.
I would for real though. Yeah, for real. Nah, I would never do. Nah, I would never do nothing disrespectful to our relationship. But there will be times where certain. I have to
All right,
say
so
certain
let me
things on
ask
the
you this.
mic,
Let
and
me ask you this. I've heard
provide a
people
certain
say
environment.
if that girl came up dressed the way she was dressed, your Chance the Rapper phones is out everywhere. Do you risk losing fandom if you push her away or dismiss her in a certain way that the public don't like? Some people are saying he's in a lose-lose. Some people are saying I don't think that because
You can look what you can. Carnival has many events with family, friends. Okay, they don't get highlighted
hell yeah.
because sex
So that's
sells.
what I'm
Sex
saying about
sells.
his career. Could
Sex sells
Chance the Rapper
everything.
be like, listen, I'm Chance the Rapper. I haven't heard a new album from him in a while. I would imagine that there's some new stuff coming from him here shortly. So this is good publicity.
That's a fact. No, Uncle Luke for you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wanted to. We should have put that down and talk about. I don't think we have time to talk about that. But we don't know. Maybe his wife is cool with it. I wouldn't be, but I've seen comments say if his wife has a problem, she's insecure. Like,
No,
I don't agree with that.
insecure. No, that's
I
what
believe, yeah, I think certain things, like I said, we don't know what their
he's an
understanding is
entertainer.
and what their agreement is. If like so, now here's my question. Now here becomes my question. Because some couples go to the strip club
Especially in
together,
the South. I know you've
right?
seen it.
So
Okay.
I don't go to strip clubs, bro. Chill out. So I've been. I'm just saying that's not my thing. So is that standard still said if a married couple go to the strip
Again,
club
that the
together?
same principles apply, right? That same respect. We all have understanding, bro.
All right, wait. Here's something I don't agree with. There are ways to smoothly pass up a wine.
But we don't. But you don't want to.
Let me tell you something from my experience.
You don't want to. You don't want
From
to.
my
Come on now. You
experience,
don't want
right?
to.
From my experience, when you're just chilling at the party having a good time, and somebody throws it at you and you're getting a dub, like this, it's hard. Like it happens
You're
so
so full of
fast.
shit. You're so full of shit.
Like you women are. Listen, let me tell you something. Not now, because I wouldn't do such a thing now. Like I wouldn't put myself.
Go ahead.
Chill out. I wouldn't put myself in that situation now. I'm a man in a committed relationship, and I love my lady to death. So I wouldn't put myself in that situation now. Come on, man. How you chill out?
I'm chill. Go ahead.
You know. Yeah. No. See, we're not smooth enough. It's not that we're not smooth enough. It's women. Listen, women are magical. All right.
You doing a lot of explaining right now. You tiptoeing around this
magical.
a lot. You tiptoeing around it, but.
So, but nah, I mean, I wouldn't put myself in that situation. So if I'm out somewhere and I know that's the type of energy and vibe, my lady gonna be right next to me on my own.
Problem turning down no wine or whatever. I think if you're at Carnival and all the women are half naked, it's a different energy. That culture is a little bit different. So I think everybody that goes to that place and is on that type of time go there for this, right? Like you don't go to Carnival to sit tea and crumpets. You go to Carnival, a dub from a girl that got like wings and like a flower, whatever around her head, and out like that. That's the Carnival vibe. But be clear.
You have a wife. You're not going to pass up the wine. It's easy. Sorry, sweetheart. I have a woman. Oh no, that's a fact. Or you can just not put yourself in the situation.
I have no problem. I will get aggressive. Like, let's be clear. If Chance the Rapper thought this was disrespectful to his wife and wanted to shut it down, I have no problem with him cursing this woman out. After the politeness is gone, like, yo, listen, we're not doing this. I got a love in my life, like my good friend Mike would do for his queen. Like, listen, we're not doing this.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Everybody know I'm very respectful. I just have a feeling that his wife knew what the vibe was. She was okay with it. Like, yo, like go
and
have
they've been together
slap ass, do your thing. I just feel like they do. We're talking about, they've been together for a long time, so we're talking about it. But I feel like it's just, and I could be completely wrong. I don't know him. I don't know them.
Our individual situations, and I think both of us are in agreement that it's not okay, neither men or women, to grind on people in that manner.
Yeah. Like I said, that's why I wouldn't even put myself in certain situations, because even if I could politely say no, but with the time it takes to say no, somebody record, and now I'm in the whole situation. So while I would put myself in that situation, I got too much respect and love for my lady to even. It shouldn't even be a conversation. Again, nah, babe, I'm good. I'm not gonna go unless they're paying me to DJ, and that's all. I was just about to ask that. It said that's like saying you're going to Mardi Gras and to see women flash you.
That's fair. I'm trying to tell you. That's fair.
In the past, I've been to Mardi Gras.
And you never seen no.
I've been to Mardi Gras, and I went with a young lady, and she said she wanted to flash. Go crazy. Go crazy. Have fun. That's part of the experience. That's part of the Mardi Gras thing. I was with her at the time, so go crazy, flash, go flash. Like, yo, this is what you want to do to have fun. Now,
could that be a woman going to Mardi Gras and flashing on tatas for beads?
Me personally, honestly, it wouldn't bother me. Like, I think you enjoy the experience, have fun, have a good time.
I'm good, love, enjoy. They cool.
I mean, together. No, together. Yeah, like I'm with my lady. We had Mardi Gras together.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that
I love my lady.
Say that 6 more times before we're done with this. That you love your lady.
What?
I would go ahead and say I'm shocked that you would. So you would be okay if you and your lady went somewhere like Mardi Gras or Jerry Springer, and Jerry threw her some beads, and then she just upped her joint. You would be okay with that?
Jerry Springer, no. There's TV cameras that's for sure nationally broadcast. But listen. Mardi Gras, I'm like, yo, go ahead, do your thing once or twice. I'm gonna stand in front of you so nobody's coming in front, getting a front picture. Wear a mask. Have fun. But that's me. I don't think.
Nah,
we have a family, bro.
You don't mind her.
No, it's definitely a family still. So I mean,
documentary.
I was just about to say that. We gotta talk about the Freaknik documentary. That's what we gotta talk about. I didn't watch it yet.
So I think it's save it.
Okay, people keep saying it's out on Hulu.
No, I don't think it's out yet.
I've seen flyers where people.
We gotta save it. We gotta save the Freaknik.
Like
that's funny.
We're gonna save it. When does it drop? Do we know when it drops? Does anybody know when the Freaknik documentary drops?
But when it drops, I know a lot of the aunties right now are scared, and that's okay. You should be a little scared.
I don't think they're scared. I think a lot of them are just like, yo, listen. Everybody was doing it.
No, there's so many layers. We can't talk about it, but the surface layer is hilarious. That I see a lot of aunties that's like, listen, I'm in the church. I'm a lawyer now. I'm a doctor. I don't want this to come. People are suing Hulu.
There's no release date.
Yeah, people are
that's why it probably didn't come out yet.
They don't want their past relived in this way. So there's so many layers, but we got to get to that.
I want to run it back. I want to run it back to a question. I'm reading these comments. Have you ever been to Mardi Gras? I'm gonna ask that question first. Have you ever been to Mardi Gras? And then we'll get into further into this topic. But we didn't grow up in Mardi Gras. You ever been to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, Tracy? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. Somebody who has been multiple times, and not even So before we even get into Mardi Gras, Bourbon Street on a Thursday in August.
I've always heard that.
Great.
I've always heard that.
I've seen some stuff. I've seen some stuff on
and
Bourbon
those
Street
women have to go get married.
Regular.
So congratulations.
Some of them were married. Some of them, husband was standing right by them. So a lot of this depends on the understanding or the energy you have with your significant other.
There's no understanding, bro.
Like I've heard a guy say, "Well, I paid for her breasts, so yes, she'll come off."
I've heard that as well. Yeah, I've heard that sentiment.
Yeah. Like there's been that type of energy. Like, so to say that I would necessarily feel a way if we go to Bourbon and on Mardi Gras and it happens, just like, all right, well, as long as we're not back home in Jackson, this is happening. And, don't, we're not taking pictures of it happening. Like, they're going to end up on some Girls Gone Wild site somewhere. But, no, so I don't.
I respect your ideology, my brother. You are my best friend for quite some time. I respect that you don't mind your woman putting her breast out for.
I mean, it's not a regular thing. Like, I'm not going to say we're going to go to New Orleans, which we need to take it. Babe, if you're listening, we need to take a trip to New Orleans. They got a fire on Claiborne Street. They got a fire Cajun seafood
well, she's
restaurant.
allowed to pull her titties out, so I'm sure she'll be excited about that.
No, we're gonna enjoy the culture. The culture is dope. If y'all never been to New Orleans, by the way, please go. Please go. It's a dope vibe, dope energy, like on a regular basis.
We gotta
anyway.
wrap this
Like
up.
French Quarter as a whole.
We will be talking about the free. We will be talking about the Freedom Day, though. That's definitely coming. As soon as this doc gets a release date.
I mean, but we gotta remember that, and then we gotta have time to watch it. I don't know when it actually drops, so there's no date.
People
there's no
are
date on it.
nervous. There's a lot of narratives out there. But what we got, man? We've been talking.
One of my boys texted his mom, bro. It was so funny. I'm gonna send you that text, and I'm gonna text that to you, bro, because that was classic what he said to his mother. But how we wrap this up? What we want to wrap this up on?
We chopped it up about teachers in an authoritative position and having respect for your authority. Yeah.
Whooping the student's ass. She should have took out her belt and whooped her. That's what she should have. That would have made it better. That would have made it better because it wouldn't have been a fight. It would have been somebody being punished.
And then we chopped it up about my brother Chance the Rapper. And shout out to Chance the Rapper, yo. I love Chance the Rapper's music. I'm a fan of him as an artist. Yeah. Again, we don't do gossip. We just like to use people as vehicles to have bigger conversations. And so, obviously, people are on different sides of the spectrum on that one, which is interesting.
Yeah. So how
I would say,
how you want to wrap it up?
Go ahead and wrap it up and give the people your best relationship advice, right? Because, and I don't mean like intimate relationship, right? Because I think the teacher and the student, they had a relationship, and if they had a better one, or if you could have told them something to make it better, or if maybe Chance the Rap, maybe if you wanted to give Chance the Rapper's wife some sort of advice to be like, hey, listen, maybe say she didn't know and she caught it on TMZ like the rest of us. What advice do you have for relationships and building those bonds?
So you want overall relationship advice or relationship advice in that situation?
To me, my brother.
All right, so my relationship advice is this: keep communication up, and keep communication up. So even if like we're in that situation, I'll know how to react and not react and whatever, or how to move. Like I may understand that in my relationship that me going to Carnival is not the best idea, or me going to Mardi Gras is not the best idea, because we communicate on a regular basis. I know what you expect of me, and I know how I'll react in certain situations. So my relationship advice is never stop dating each other and keep communication going constantly. Keep learning and growing together. Always look to learn more about your partner on a daily basis, that on an hourly basis, because things change. I'm not the same person I was 8 hours ago this morning. So that's my advice.
Relationship advice, because you gave relationship advice. I will give professional relationship advice. Understand the settings that you're in, right? So and this, I mean, obviously this goes for a lot of the teachers lately who've been having sex with students, underage students. This goes for, individuals who are trying to, what's that?
Yeah. Don't do that at all. If you're a teacher, do not have sexual relations with a student. That's just a terrible idea. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
We need to reiterate.
I wanted to make that clear
again, because obviously it seems to keep happening, and it's always like a middle school or like a ninth grader, which is like the most asinine thing I've ever heard. But again, that would be my advice: is honor your professional relationships, right? I'm not saying you can't. For my brother Kenny, I'm not saying you can't go get her when she's a graduate. You already said his name, so I don't want to. I didn't even. I had forgot his name until you said it. So I'm gonna say it. For my brother in those type, for my brothers in those type of situations, yo, wait until she gets out. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna like her as much as you think you're gonna like her anyway. It's something about that forbidden fruit thing. So do yourself a professional favor. You know, keep it professional, and then we can all move forward amicably. And on that note, this podcast is all done. Till next week,
All
family. Peace.
done. Peace, love.